All right. Morning, everybody. Today's reading is to let go of the past to move forward. If we want to move forward in our lives, we need to let go of the past. When we cling too tightly to defunct concepts of who we are, we hold ourselves back from the new opportunities available to us. We can become stuck in stale conceptions of our identities, which can prevent us from growing and changing. While we need to learn from our past choices and mistakes, we also need to move on from them. What can you relinquish about your past today that will help open you up to your future? Seated comfortably, hands resting on your knees, shoulder blades are on your back. Take a deep breath. Lift the crown of your head towards the ceiling and close your eyes. If you have ujjayi breathing in your practice, you can start to cultivate that now. Engaging your abdominals, lifting your ribs in and up. Breathing in and out through your nostrils. Slightly engaging the muscles in your throat so that you can hear the sound of your breath whispering through the back of your throat. Ujjayi breathing or ocean breath provides a focus throughout your practice. You find yourself wandering off in your head, come back to your breath. Please bring your hands to heart center. Will join me starting the class with an Om. Take a clearing breath and then inhale to Om. Inhaling to Om. And releasing your hands, starting with our neck warm-ups. Looking side to side. Try to look a little further over your shoulder each time you come around. Coming back to center, take your left hand to the crown of your head, gently pulling ear to shoulder. Opposite hand can walk away from your body. And let's slowly tuck your chin towards your chest, feeling that change the focus of the stretch in your neck. And release. We'll move to the other side. Tucking chin to chest. And release. Left arm comes across your chest. Opposite hand pulls your arm down and across. And And breathe. And exhale, moving to the other side. Releasing your hand, raise your left arm up. Reaching towards the window, drop your lower shoulder. Take your gaze up to the ceiling. Stretching out your side body, feel the spaces opening up between your ribs. Inhale up and exhale, switching sides. Again, drop your lower shoulder. Take your gaze up to the ceiling, opening up your side body. Inhale, coming up. Left hand comes to right knee. Right hand goes to the base of your spine. Inhale for spinal extension. Exhale, gripping your knee and deepening the twist. Twisting from deep in your core, looking out over your shoulder. And release. We'll move to the other side. Again, inhale for spinal extension and exhale to deepen the twist. Keeping your right hand on your knee, raise your left arm, reaching it up towards the ceiling. And exhale, let's change sides. And coming back to center, let's do some hand exercises today. So we'll start with wrist rotations, figure eights. Bring your hands up, and we'll just start with little claws, just isolating the first joint in your fingers. Now big fist, scrunch them up, stretch them out. Loosening up. Flip your palms over. Palms together, cross your fingers, and extend your hands out with your fingers interlaced. Push your thumbs downwards. Get as much stretch as you can here. Inhale, change the cross of your fingers, and go out one more time. And release. Let's shake that out, releasing any tension. Bringing your hands down to the floor, lift your thumbs, and then your index finger, one finger at a time, moving through all separate digits. Trying to isolate all the little muscles in your hands. Okay, coming onto your knees. Let's come up on our knees, toes are tucked. Sit back down on your heels, extending your arms outwards. Let's rotate palms outwards so that our fingers are facing down towards the floor. Place your fingers near your knees and drop your palms to the floor. The insides of your elbows are facing the front of the room. Now just sitting back on your toe, on your feet, on your heels, sitting back and letting that stretch go right down into your wrists and your thumbs. If you'd like to deepen the stretch here, you can come up, you can walk your hands away from your knees and then come back down to your heels or possibly flatten your feet on the floor and coming back down as far as your wrists will allow you. I have arthritis in my thumbs. This one is very challenging, but it's amazing how much it helps with it too. So if your shoulders are up, drop them. Okay, coming back up. Let's let that one go. Wrist rotations and shake it out. Coming up onto your toes. Let's not forget stretching out our little toes. So we're going to come up to a toe stand. So raise your knees up off the floor, just coming up. Fingertips are on the floor. When you've got your balance, draw your hands to Anjali Mudra, coming to heart center. And just balance here. Keeping your eyes on one still spot on the floor in front of you will help with balance. Okay, coming back down to the floor. Feet come flat and just tap your feet on the floor. Let's release that. I'm coming to hands and knees. Hands are directly below your shoulders. Fingers are spread wide. Toes are tucked. Inhale, lifting your chin, lifting your hips, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arch your back. Draw your belly button towards your spine. Inhale, looking up, cow. And exhale to cat. Continue moving through these two shapes with your own breath. Coming back to neutral, take a look over your left shoulder. Inhale, look over the opposite shoulder. And again, we'll do this for 2 or 3 breaths, moving side to side. Coming back to neutral, step your hands forward slightly. Fingers are spread wide. Second finger is parallel to the side edge of your mat. Push all 4 corners of your palms into the mat. Lift your hips, moving into downward facing dog. Walk it out. This is our first downward dog of the day. So bend one knee, drop the opposite heel towards the floor. Now straighten both legs. Come up on your tiptoes, sending your hips up towards the ceiling. Sink your head down between your upper arms. Gaze is directly beneath your head. And slowly drop your heels towards the mat. This is downward facing dog. Eventually this will feel like a resting posture. Inhale, coming forward to plank. Body's in one straight line, so your hips are lined up with shoulders and heels. So you can be in plank here, full plank, or knees plank. Two more breaths. And tucking elbows close to your lower ribs, slowly come down to the floor. Feet come long on the mat. Inhale to baby cobra. Exhale back to the mat. Tuck your toes. Push up through plank to downward facing dog. I'm bending both knees. Feet come long on the floor. Come back to slide your hips back, coming into child's posture. So child's pose, knees are apart. You can have your forehead resting on the floor. This is our resting posture. Feel free to come here at any time during the class. And if your forehead's not reaching the floor, then stack your fists or use a block, keeping your forehead supported. Inhale, coming up. Let's take our hands up. Take your palms off the floor and walk your hands over to the left and slide back down. Slide your hips back down towards your heels. Feeling that stretch underneath your right arm all the way down your side body. Inhale, coming up slightly. Walk your hands over to the opposite side. And again, draw your hips back down to your heels. Inhale, coming up, moving to center. Hands are stepped forward of your shoulders. Lift your hips, moving into downward facing dog. At the bottom of your next breath, bend your knees and step forward to the front of the mat to a forward fold. Inhale, coming up to a half lift. Exhale, back to forward fold. Bending your knees. Grasp opposite elbows, and we'll just dangle here, allowing gravity to elongate our spine, and breathing. Releasing your elbows, putting a deeper bend in your knee. Let's slowly come up to standing, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands through heart center, coming to Tadasana or mountain pose. Establish your foundation. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank. Lowering down to the mat. Coming up to cobra. Exhale back to the mat. Tuck your toes and push up through chaturanga into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts for the ceiling. And then bending both knees, arching your back, step that right foot to the front of the mat. So get your toes up in between your fingers, all lined up with your fingertips and toes. Drop your left foot at a 45-degree angle and come up to standing, hands on your waist. We're going to move into pyramid pose. So squaring hips and shoulders to the front, keeping both legs straight. Inhale, hinging at the hip crease, leading forward with your heart. Come out over your outstretched leg, and then drop hands to either side of your heel. You might use blocks here. Inhale up to a half lift. Exhale, pushing into your fingertips, drawing your forehead closer to your shin. Inhale, bending your right knee, come up to standing, step forward with your right, back with your left. Let's move back into pyramid on this side. So inhaling, leading with our heart, coming out over your extended foot. Hands are reaching for the mat, either side of your heel. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, pushing into the mat, drawing your forehead closer to your shin. Both legs are straight and strong here. Bending your knee, come up to the front of the mat. Inhale up and exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to plant your hands and step back to plank, lowering down to the mat. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale back to the mat and push into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts for the ceiling, steps forward to the front of the mat. A really nice long stance here. Drop your left foot at a 45-degree angle and windmill arms up. Coming into warrior two. Actually, let's look at that left foot. That's on a 90-degree angle, so we should be parallel to the back edge of your mat. Check in with your right toe. See if you can see your big toe. Draw your shoulder blades onto your back. Deepen into the knee and extend your gaze over your right fingertips. Exhale, hands to waist. Let's rotate feet and move warrior two, opposite side. Again, checking that your shoulders are on your back. You can do that by rotating your palms to face the ceiling and then rotating them back to face the floor, keeping your shoulders back. Deepen a little further into your bent knee. Breathe. Inhale, hands to waist, and rotate back to the front of the room. We're going to put your hands down to the mat and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts for the ceiling and steps to the front. Left foot is at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, coming up to warrior one. Arms are reaching upward. Your back leg is straight. Check that you're putting the weight evenly onto the outside and the inside of your left foot. Bend a little deeper into your right knee. Gazing up to the ceiling between the palms of your hands. And exhale, hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches for the ceiling, bending both knees, arching your back, stepping forward to the front of the mat. Do whatever it takes to wriggle that left foot up so your toes are in line with your fingertips. And then come up to standing into warrior one. Hips and shoulders are squared to the front of the room. Back leg is strong. Bend further into your left knee. And exhale, hands to the mat. And stepping back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts for the ceiling. Step forward to the front of the mat. Bring your hands to your waist and come to standing. We're going to move into triangle. So back foot is at a 90-degree angle. We've got a nice wide stance here. Arms reaching forward and back. Reach forward, extend your right arm forward as far as you can, and then start to drop it down towards the inside of your shin. Lifting your other arm up, stacking shoulder on top of shoulder. Again, think about that trick that we've learned of, bringing your hand down to your palms meet as if you're clapping, and then lift that arm up. So we're not reaching back, but you're reaching forward and up. Beautiful. Both knees are straight here. And gaze is up towards your left thumb. And exhale, turning back to the front, hands either side of your foot. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts to the ceiling, stretch it out, and then step all the way forward. We're getting there with almost one step now. We're getting there. Come on, we're getting there. Coming up to standing. Okay, so we're going to reach our arms either side, moving into triangle. So stretching forward with your left hand. And again, let's try that little exercise. Bring your right hand down to meet your left hand. So you're clapping. Now just sweep that right hand up. Just reaching up. Draw your shoulder blade on your back. Look up towards the ceiling. So now your palms should be facing the window. And right hip is stacked on top of the left hip. It's up and back. Left hip is forward. Exhale, turning back to the front, hands either side of your foot, and step back to downward facing dog. Bend both knees and come into child's pose. Deep breaths here. Inhale, coming up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Moving into downward facing dog. With your next inhale, lift your right leg and swoop that foot forward to the front of your mat. We're coming into a long lunge here. So keeping your left toes tucked, keeping your left heel off the mat. Wriggle your foot back to get as wide a stance as possible. Check in with your right knee. It should be above or behind your ankle. So you're not over flexing the right knee. Inhale, hands up to your right knee. You should be feeling a nice intense stretch on your left leg. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands back down to the mat. Fold the left side of your mat or use your knee pad here. Pad your left knee. Now slide your hips back, creating a nice hamstring stretch here in our right leg. Coming back forward, bending that, keeping your right knee bent, hands up to your knee, and now reach back, lifting your left foot, reach back for that left foot. See if you can rotate the palm of your hand, so you're pushing the palm of your hand into the top of your foot, drawing that heel closer to your bum. It's a balance here too, so just take your time, do what you can. And if you're not comfortable doing it, then listen to your own body. I think the first time we did this pose this season, just about everybody fell over. Yeah, so yay, guys. Okay, move your mat out of the way and step back to downward facing dog. I'm going to move through that sequence on the opposite side. So inhale, left foot, reaching for the ceiling, stretch it up, and then step forward to the front of the mat. Really long stance here. Wriggle your right toes back. Inhale, climbing up to your left knee and reaching up for the ceiling. And exhale, hands back to the mat. Fold your mat over. We're going to slide your heel forward and your hips backwards, moving into a hamstring or runner's stretch here. Now bending your knee, let's come forward again, leaving your mat there. We're going to reach back for your right foot, lifting it up, rotating your hand so your fingertips are facing to your shin, and pushing the heel of your hand into the top of your foot. And release. Move your mat out of the way and step back to downward facing dog. Bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees and step or jump to the front of the mat, coming to a forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, engaging your leg muscles, coming up through reverse swan dive, reaching for the ceiling. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Okay, we're going to move off the mat into our balance pose for today. So, does anyone know where we're going? We're going to move into dancer. So, put your weight into your right leg and unweight your left leg. So, let's see, how are we going to do this? We're going to have to just... This thing makes me nervous. Okay, so arm out to the side, palm facing forward. We're going to reach back for your foot, grasping your ankle. Now, pushing that foot into your hand, reaching your other hand forward. You can start to hinge forward at the hip. So we're slowly straightening our supporting leg, pushing hand into foot, foot into hand as we come forward into dancer. Bending your knee, come out of that one. Well done. There's nobody on the floor, so yay us. Let's move on to the other side. Okay, left leg now, right? You're doing your left leg. Okay, so your right hand out to the side, palm facing forward, and reach for the inside of your foot or of your ankle. You might be able to rotate your hands so your fingers are pointing down your foot, then leaning forward, kicking your foot into your hand and pushing your hand into the top of your foot, reaching forward with right hand or your left hand, keeping your gaze on one spot on the floor right in front of you. Kick, kick, kick into that outstretched leg. And that one's always a challenge. Come out quickly. Well done. While we're here, we haven't done tree for a while, so why don't we try tree? Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, hands through heart center. So turning your left knee to the side, draw it to your ankle, your shin, or the top of your thigh, coming to whatever version of tree suits your practice today. Hands in Anjali Mudra, and breathing. When you're ready, extend your arms to the ceiling, sending your gaze up, possibly touching baby fingertips to baby fingertips, thumb tip to thumb tip, creating a lotus mudra, gazing through that space you've created. And exhale, coming slowly out of that if we can. Let's move to the other side. Okay, find your version of your balance today, taking care that you're not pushing directly onto your knee joint. So you want that other foot above or below the knee joint. When you're ready, Grow your branches to the sky. And exhale. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to plant your hands and step or jump back to plank. Lowering yourself down to the mat. Feet come long on the mat. Inhale, coming up to cobra. And exhale back to the mat. Cross your hands below your forehead and rest your forehead on your stacked hands. And breathe. Inhale, lifting your head, drawing your elbows close to your ribs. Hands are on the floor. We're in Sphinx pose. So feet, your toes are reaching back behind you. Inhale, leading with your heart. You're setting your energy out in both directions, reaching forward with your heart, reaching back with your toes. Exhale, cross your hands again and resting your forehead. Come down to the mat. Inhale, coming up. Hands come to either side of your lower ribs. Let's inhale, coming up into full cobra. So your chest and your thighs are lifted off the mat. Feet are reaching back. And exhale back down to the mat. Inhale, coming up again. This time, we're going to tuck your toes. We're going to move into upward facing dog. So inhale, pushing up. Coming into upward facing dog, lifting hips and knees off the mat. Come back down to the mat. We're going to do that one more time, but this time we're going to leave our feet flat on the floor. And when we come up to upward facing dog, we're going to flip over our toes and move to downward facing dog. So if you want me to show you first, we're going to come up like so, flipping over your toes, moving back to downward facing dog. So let's try that. Okay, come on, we can do this. Maybe come forward a little on your mat so your toes are flat. Inhale, coming up, upward facing dog, and then rolling over. Yay! Good job. And coming forward, we're going to move back onto the mat. Okay, come into Sphinx. And we're going to just lift your left leg, reach back for that. Again, place the top of your hand, place the palm of your hand on the top of your foot. Bending your elbow up towards the ceiling. Push, 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 push onto the top of your hand so that you're pushing your heel towards your bum. And release. Let's move to the opposite side. Again, pushing the top of the heel of your hand into the top of your foot. And release. Coming up to hands and knees. We're going to move onto seated onto your feet for just a moment. And breathe. Okay, slide over to the right. So your feet are coming out to the left. And if your knees are open to this, we're going to try leaning back, coming onto your elbows. So knees are off to the side. Your feet can go wherever they want. See if you can come down to your elbows. If you're really leaned over to one side, adjust your knees to where you need them to be so you can have your shoulders lined up again. Okay, good. If you're comfortable here and your feet are tucked back, maybe coming right down to the floor. This is quite a big stretch. So just listen to your own body. And let's come back up. We're going to do that on the opposite side. So sending your legs out to the other side, other direction. Walking back to your elbows. Breathing into that. And then possibly coming back down onto your back. When you're ready, let's come back up. Not quite finished with this net yet. So coming up onto knees. Now, if you were fairly comfortable there, we're just going to keep our legs apart and come to seated between our feet. If you're not reaching the ground between your feet, then please use a block. Support yourself on a block. You want your feet behind you. You're supported on a block if you need it. If you are not on a block, we can move into reclined hero. So feet are pointing back. We can walk back to our elbows, take any adjustments, lift your hips, wiggle around. And if your knees are okay with this and you're not on a block, then you can walk your elbows closer to your body and come right down to the floor. Breathing into that. This is reclined hero. Walking back up to elbows. And let's come up to seated. Drawing your feet in front. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, forward fold, reaching for your shins, your strap, or your feet, whatever's available to you today. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, bend your elbows, pulling your forehead closer to your shins. And inhale, coming up. Bend your right knee and pull that foot to the side, just like it was, so that your top of your foot is on the mat, toes are facing backwards. Everybody okay with this? Now we're going to move into crane. So you're going to bend your left foot, wrap your peace fingers around that toe, and extend that foot up. And look at us, we're in crane. Okay. So try to get your left leg extended straight. And release. Both feet can come forward. Shake that out. Bend your left foot back. Again, top of your foot on the floor, toes are pointing backwards. Bend your right knee, wrap your fingers around your big toe, and extend your right foot up. This is called Kranchasana, or crane pose. And releasing. Feet come long on the floor. Okay. So bending both knees. You can grasp behind your knees. We're going to move into boat pose. So a supported, modified boat. Strengthening your core muscles, release the backs of your knees and reach out either side of your shins. Grasp your knees. Let's wrap your hands around your knees and just pull back against your arms, so you're rounding your back out behind you. Let's come back into boat pose one more time. So we can start in a modified boat and then straighten one leg at a time, coming into full boat. Ready to quit? I'm done. Okay, round your back out again. And come back to seated. Shift your thighs. Take the fleshy part of your thighs in both hands and shift them out of the way. Inhale up and exhale, forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, pulling yourself farther down towards your shins. Inhale, coming up to seated, arms reaching out. Engage your core, engage your leg muscles, and slowly come back down to the mat. 1 millimeter at a time. Keeping your heels on the mat the entire way. Should be getting harder. And release arms reaching out overhead. Move your left foot off the mat and cross your right foot over your left foot. Left hand grasps your right wrist and pulls it over to the left side. So we're in banana or crescent moon. Releasing, let's move to the other side. Right foot moves off the mat, left foot crosses over your ankle. Grasping your left wrist, pull yourself into a crescent moon shape. And release, coming back to the mat, feet are bent. Lift your left foot, cross it on top of your right knee. Then lift your right foot off the ground, wrap both hands around your right thigh. Moving into figure 4 or reclined pigeon. Draw your right thigh closer to your torso as you push out against your left knee with your left elbow. And release. We'll move to the other side, crossing right knee over left, grasping your left thigh and creating that resistance between right knee and elbow. Releasing. Let's send both feet up towards the ceiling, grasping the outside edges of your feet. Let's moving into happy baby. Pull your knees down towards the floor. Releasing your feet, keeping your knees bent. Stretch your arms out side to side and drop both knees to the left. Taking your left hand to your right knee and take your gaze back over your right shoulder. We're in a reclined twist. Both shoulder blades are on the mat. Releasing your knee. Let's slide your knees through center, dropping them over to the opposite side. Again, right hand comes to left knee. And your gaze comes back out over your left shoulder, keeping both shoulder blades on the mat. Release your knee. Draw both knees back to your chest. Wrap your arms around your knees and give yourself a nice big hug before releasing your legs and coming long on your mat. We're moving into Shavasana. Taking whatever adjustments you need to make yourself comfortable for the next few minutes as we relax in Shavasana. Take a deep breath. Fill your lungs. And exhale completely, letting go any stale air. I'm going to take the next few minutes in Shavasana or corpse pose. Consciously relax. Allow your muscles to melt into the mat. If you have any thoughts on your mind, let them go. Come back to your breath. Slowly coming back to the room. Small movements. Wriggle your fingers and toes. Rotate wrists and ankles. And bend one knee at a time. Rolling over to the right. Take a breath or two here before slowly pushing up to seated. Your hands behind and cross. Change to the unaccustomed side of your crossed legs. Taking a deep breath. Hands in heart center, eyes are closed. Take a moment to focus your awareness inwards. Just notice how you're feeling. And open yourself up to gratitude. Thank you all so much for joining me. Your practice enhances mine, and it's an honor and a privilege to be here with you. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Namaste.